Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Jason and Gary's BS podcast. We actually made it in a week this time, so that's good. That's better than normal. And today we're going to be talking about comic books in general. I know we touched on the subject in one of our other episodes, kind of about Spawn and just Todd McFarlane stuff, but this episode is going to be more about comic books in general, kind of what we like reading, what got us into it, what we collected, what stories we liked, so on and so forth, and what comic books we kind of treasure, I guess, for ourselves. So I'm going to pass it on over to Gary, let him start off with his tales.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like we said in another episode, I collected all the Spawn stuff. I think there was so many comics that came out around that time that sold millions of copies. I think we were all in the same kind of X Force,
Yeah.
Spawn, Youngblood, all the big names. That's what we collected.
Oh
But
yeah. Yeah.
even though I love those and I really loved collecting them, probably my favorite comic books are from the Bronze Age. Not LeBron's age, but the Bronze Age. I love all the
Right.
well well and kind of kind of going back to uh, talking about the monsters, the like classic monsters and stuff that I grew up watching, Monster Squad and all that stuff. So I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of the Bronze Age monster books, especially that Marvel did, like Werewolf by
Right.
Night, Tomb of Dracula,
Yeah.
Frankenstein, and the Mummy. All those I'm big into, and I'd say I really like the art from that era too. I don't know. It kind of reminds me,
Yeah.
of it all ties in together with like the Trident stuff and all that from the pinball
Yeah.
episode. I just like that. It's like a not going to say simpler, but I don't know, kind of more innocent art or whatever. Not quite as graphic as the newer artists. What do you think
Right.
about that?
S- simple comics for simple men.
Yeah,
It's kind of no,
yeah,
I know what you mean. The like Spawn or McFarlane or somebody who draws each piece of dirt and each speck of filth on everything versus the earlier stuff. Yeah, definitely was different. Like Bronze Age, was that like Kirby stuff like that?
um,
What
uh,
what what's the
more like like Gene Colan and
yeah
Mike Klug. Um, Kirby, I think, he was like the
was
'60s, wasn't he?
yeah
He's the one that was
yeah
like involved in all the really early Marvel stuff, like
would
the
that be
stuff.
Silver?
Yeah, I think that's Silver Age.
Yeah, yeah,
Bronze is mostly like '70s, I would say '70s and maybe
yeah,
some early '80s.
yeah.
But
I can agree that the art seemed more pure. I guess
yeah, yeah,
uh, it was something different about it when you go back and look at those type of comic books as compared to, I guess, some of the stuff you were mentioning earlier, like
yeah,
Jesus, like Young Blood,
yeah,
um, stuff like Liefeld's work, which could be a whole nother episode. I still don't
yeah,
understand that, but yeah, definitely. I mean, I can agree with you on that, and I can see why you like that era so much with all the
mhm,
monsters and everything. Those always being some of your more favorite stuff. So I
yeah.
definitely agree as far as that goes. But I'll let you continue. Yeah,
Well,
I agree.
and it's the same with the movies. I love the early '30s all the way up to like I'd say, when were the Hammer films? Is it '60s and '70s? Is that when
Yeah,
Christopher Lee was Dracula?
yeah, I think so.
Yeah, see, I like that style a lot better than, let's say, Bram Stoker's Dracula. I was never a big fan of the movie. I love the pinball machine, but I never was a big
Right.
fan. I've watched it a lot, but compared to the older stuff, I just
Yeah.
I couldn't get into it. But anyway, back to the comics. Sorry, I could ramble all day, but
Right.
uh, I got a few comics I'm going to show, but this kind of takes us back to um, uh, what year did we go to Heroes Con? 2004 or five?
You're better with dates than me, so
I
probably.
think it was early 2000s. I think it was around. It was either 2000. It was somewhere around 2004 or 2005. But anyway,
Yeah.
at that convention, which is in Charlotte, um,
Yeah.
all the monster guys were there signing autographs. Mike
Hmm.
Plug, Gene Colan, Marv Wolfman, and
Yeah.
I was able to get. Let's see. You can see Gene Colan,
Oh yeah.
and it's funny. I was standing in line, and everybody was like, "You're going to get that Dracula #1 signed." I'm like, yeah. I was like, that book wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Gene Colan.
Right.
I mean, it might
Right.
exist, but his signature is worth more than the book is to me. I mean, I love the book and all
Yeah.
that, but they just could not grasp why I was getting a Dracula #1 wrote on. But it kind of
You were.
sucks because I was going to send these off to CGC. And even though
Yeah.
I've got pictures of me with each creator while
Yeah.
they're signing it or whatever, and CGC still won't. They'll send it off to an authenticator, but they won't. It will have a different color label because they won't
Because you.
acknowledge it unless they're in the room.
Oh. Okay. So even if you had like a certificate, it wouldn't
No,
matter.
no, it wouldn't
Oh
matter.
wow.
Now I talked. What's the other CGCB or something like that?
I
What's the
was gonna see
what's
if
the
I
other
had one.
grading service?
Ah, shit. uh, I don't know. I thought I had one by someone else, but I have all CGC, I think.
Now they
Uh,
said that they would grade it. They said if I sent the pictures as proof
yeah.
that they would grade it, but I don't know.
CBCS.
Yes, CBCS. They said they would grade it, but I mean, I'm not
Yeah.
ever going to sell these, but still, I don't know if getting them to grade it would be as good as getting CGC to grade it.
Right.
But another one I got was Werewolf by Night #1. That's another one. Somebody they couldn't believe I was getting signed, but I don't know if you can see it right there.
Yeah.
Got it signed, and I
Yeah.
got Frankenstein #1. Frankenstein's Monster Frankenstein #1, and got it signed.
Nice.
And then this one,
Wow.
this was the first issue I believe that Marv Wolfman wrote, and I got him right there's Gene's. You can barely see it, and then Marv's
Yeah.
signature is right here,
That's
which
pretty
is
cool.
I'm so glad I got those because Gene's not with us anymore, and I don't think
Yeah.
I'm not sure about Marv Wolfman, but I know Mike is retired. I don't think he draws anymore. Uh, um,
Yeah.
you got any you want to share? I got a few more, but I figure we'll trade it. We'll trade off a
Uh,
little bit.
well, I wasn't as prepared as Gary, so I just grabbed a few things that I had laying about. I don't have as cool things as Gary does, but
No.
uh, I can. I mean, I just basically got what got me into comic books was I've already said it, but my uncle Bo, who wrote the comics, and then he'd come by, and that's what really got me into it. So I'd get a bunch of free comics from him at the time, and I just kind of started reading them, and for the most part, I really enjoyed reading the stories and having a little bit of artwork there to look at and stuff, and I remember me and you would always go, and the first thing you look at is the cover.
Yep.
Like if it has an awesome cover, I'm in. You
Yeah.
know, like we were all about the artwork back then. I mean, if it had a really good artist and good artwork, I mean, I remember like McFarlane or Turner. I think Michael Turner
Oh yeah,
stuff. Some of
Michael
his work,
Turner.
and yeah, he was really good. And Jim Lee. We always look for the real good artwork covers.
Yeah.
Covers were what grabbed you. And I know you've already talked about this one, but I got one graded. It's the Spider-Man
Oh
McFarlane
yeah.
cover,
That
and
is hands down. That's the greatest cover of all time. I don't care what anybody
it,
says. It is the greatest comic book cover of all time.
it really is. It is a really nice cover. and
I mean,
and since we
yeah.
mentioned Youngblood, here's some of that.
Nice.
That
What
that
issue is
is some
that?
of the that is issue number 2. I believe the first appearance of Shadowhawk and Prophet.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
just a couple I had laying around since showed them, but I'll go ahead and let you keep going. I got some other things here I'll go over.
Well, towards the end of the episode, after we get the show and tell out of the way, I want to get back to Michael Turner because that was a cool error. It's a
It it
tragedy
it
how he passed early, but I want to get
yeah.
back to that before we close it out. But
All
speaking of the
right.
Spider-Man cover, I don't know how I missed out on this comic. But last year sometime, um, a comic called Mark Spears Monsters came out, and
Yeah.
apparently each one of these issues has like numerous covers, but this
Yeah.
one right here was the one that really got me. Is that not awesome?
It is. That's
It's the
pretty cool.
Spider-Man. It's the homage to the Spider-Man cover, but with
Yeah.
Bela Lugosi,
That's pretty sweet.
and all the covers. I believe all the covers are homages to different
Huh.
covers. Like I think they did the one with the Wolverine with the claws and stuff. I think
Yeah.
they did one for Tomb of Dracula #1. I mean, there's just I
Huh.
don't even know how many covers are for each one. I haven't really done that much research, but I saw this. I came across this on eBay, and I was like, I gotta have that. And I believe there's a couple of
Yeah.
versions of this one, like a silver and a red one.
Yeah.
But
Huh.
I'm gonna kind of go in order of some of these. I've got several graded comics, but they're basically mostly Morbius related because, like I said, I'm a big Morbius fan. But
You don't say.
yeah, the first appearance.
Yeah. Man,
This
that's awesome.
first appearance. Second appearance. and Origin.
Nice.
Third appearance. And I have on and on. I've got
Yeah.
out of every Morbius related comic from the very beginning to the 1980, I have every appearance graded except for 5, I think. There's 5 different comics
Yeah.
that I don't. There's 3 spectacular Spider-Man comics that I don't have, and then there's a some kind of team up where all the like Ghost Rider and all of them team up.
Yeah.
That one, and then there's another
Oh,
one.
Midnight
You know what I'm
Suns,
talking about?
where they team
What
up.
was it? What is it?
Midnight Suns.
Yeah, no, not Midnight Suns. This is way before that.
Uh,
This is
oh,
uh it was like a one off or something, or but it was like
okay.
a team up for all the like dark. This was like in the 70s, but there's only
Okay.
5 issues I'm missing. But also here's another notable one I like. This is Morbius versus Blade,
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's pretty cool.
and then
Huh.
and as far as I've like I said, I've got all the other Morbius appearances all the way up until he was cured by lightning in Spectacular Spider-Man. And I
Wow.
don't think he was Morbius for. I think he was Michael Morbius for a while before turning back into
Yeah.
Morbius. But that's the only ones I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Sorry, I keep kicking my table and it's making my camera shake.
Don't worry. The
But
the lag's so bad I can't tell.
yeah, I know. If anybody wonders why sometimes we're a little off, is like when we before we hit record on this program, it's clear as day. We can talk to each other and it's awesome. But as soon as I hit record, there's so much lag. I can't tell when he stops talking, and he can't tell when I stop talking. So if you ever wondered why we can't get it together, sometimes that's why.
It goes
Oh,
to shit.
yeah, it just goes to shit.
Oh
But
yeah.
anyway, but yeah, I there's other books that I want to get, like some of the earlier ones I had. I believe these are reprints of like older books, but like the series that's called Vault of Evil. I had some of those when
Yeah.
I was younger. I would like to get those. Have really cool covers. All those old monster books from the 70s are just the
Yeah.
artwork is just amazing, and I'm sure it was all the same guys doing the artwork, but I
Yeah.
just I can't get enough. I had a whole almost a full run of Ghost Rider, but I sold
Yeah.
it for some reason. I don't. And you remember back in our early 20s, I had the full run of Tomb of Dracula.
Yeah.
I believe I had the full run of Werewolf by Night. I
Yeah.
had the first appearance of Punisher,
Yeah.
um, first appearance of Moon
You had a,
Knight. Oh,
you had a lot of key comics.
oh, I did, and sold them all for pinball. When I got into pinball, all of them went. Just I'm sick. I mean, most of the ones I had just skyrocketed, but back then they weren't
Yeah.
skyrocketing. They had been sitting at the same price for years.
Yeah. You
I
you
guess
made a
just
decision.
yeah. See what I'm talking about?
It's it makes it super difficult.
It does.
Yeah. Anyway. Um. Oh well. I'll say that. Yeah. We can talk about. Let's see. I do have one of my favorite characters here. the Deadpool first appearance. I did manage to save that from all my comics I sold back in the day
That's
because,
awesome.
like Gary, I ended up selling the majority of my collection off to get into other ventures as well. That's part of the sickness that we have
Yeah.
is you get obsessed with certain things and you always collect those things, but then something else may tickle your fancy while you're collecting comics. Then you notice a Skeletor and you're like, well, maybe I want to collect Skeletors, or maybe I want to collect old video games or
Yep.
Madballs or Hot Wheels or
Yep.
arcades or pinballs. It's it's a sickness, but we collect anything. But
Yeah.
I'll go ahead and get back into these comic books real quick because just some of my favorite characters. I do have a few of those here, so I can tell you I don't have any, I guess, graded comics from Iron Man, but that was pretty much the original, I guess, my favorite character uh, when I was a kid. I don't know why, before he became super popular, before he was
Hmm.
Robert Downey Jr., that was like my favorite character, and I used to read his comics and stuff, and I loved his outfits and, different suits of armor and such. And then I already showed you my Deadpool. He was one of my favorites. Venom, of course.
Hmm.
Always liked Venom. Yeah, the anti-hero kind of characters, I guess, like Deadpool and him. And then I this is a partial, I guess, a brief origin of the Joker, but I've always liked him. Kind of a misunderstood character. I loved him in the first Batman with Michael Keaton. So that's my favorite Batman. Period. But let's see some other characters I liked for no apparent reason. Sleepwalker. I don't know
Oh
why I
yeah.
like this character,
I remember
but
him.
he didn't do very well, but I was into it for some reason. Deathlock. I don't know if you recall him.
Yeah. Yeah.
And one of my absolute favorites is always going to be Moon Knight. I
Yeah.
just love the character and the costume. I thought he was so cool back then. I think this is this what is this? His first appearance or
That's
origin?
his first issue, I think. It was.
Yeah, let's see. It's first Moon Knight with its own title. First appearance of Bushman. I don't know. Origin. I don't know. And then always one of my favorites. Another one, Ghost Rider, the glow in the dark
Oh
cover.
yeah. That's another
Ghost Rider
classic.
will, yeah, he'll always be one of my favorites. And just a little tidbit of information for those of you who don't know that are watching this. Me and Gary actually did write and tried to make our own comic book. It was it was called Mistaken Prey,
Yeah.
and we had written most of. I think we wrote the whole first comic, maybe, and then
Yeah.
drew quite a bit of it, and we even did a little Comic Con where we tried to get the name out there. We had our shirts printed and everything.
Hmm.
We we tried it out for a little bit, but that's just a little bonus info for those of you who don't know. But you wanted to touch on like Michael Turner, the
Yeah.
artwork and stuff like that. I do remember the first time. I mean, I noticed his artwork, the covers and stuff. I thought was amazing, and he was
Oh yeah.
really kind of known for doing, I guess, mostly female covers and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But what I really liked was his Superman Batman
Yes.
comics. those ones that he did. That's what made I love the way he did Batman, especially, and Superman and stuff. I just thought they were really really nice looking covers, and anything he did, even if he didn't draw the cover, or I mean the inside of the comic, if he had done an alternate cover, I know I would
Hmm.
pick it up. I think you did too. We would
Oh
always
yeah.
be looking
Hmm.
out for those. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. You did the same thing, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah. He was great in the opposite direction of McFarlane, where McFarlane had all this
Yeah,
detail. He was great with his simplicity. Like
yeah,
even though he had detail in his own right, but it just seemed more cartoonish of a style or something.
yeah,
But it was awesome.
yeah,
I mean, I couldn't get enough. I had to add anything he did. And it's funny when he first
yeah,
came out, when Fathom and all that first came out, I was like, it was okay. Witchblade, yeah, okay. But one of these days,
yeah,
one I can't remember. It might have been Batman Superman for me also that I really
yeah,
realized how awesome he was
yeah,
because that Batman Superman run, I think it was what, like 5 or 6 issues. It was
yeah,
it was great.
yeah.
It was.
I like. Yeah,
Go ahead.
I agree. Like his um his artwork is more simple, but you're right. It has like a almost cartoon feel to it. I agree with that. And then, you take like his artwork compared to McFarlane. McFarlane's a little overboard sometimes. I love his art. Not trying to say. I mean, he's a very good artist, but it's so much going on. Sometimes you can't tell what the hell's happening in the frame a little bit. But then you have like I feel like a nice in between is like Jim Lee,
Yeah,
where he's just a clean artist, man. Like
yeah,
it's more detailed than Turner, not as cartoonish, but something. It's just very clean. It's not overdone. I really like his art too, and even I guess I don't know if any of you might know out there, but uh, what's his name? McGinnis. You know who I'm talking about? Ed
yeah,
Ed
yeah. I know who you're talking
McGinnis.
about. Yeah,
He does like the blocky, real cartoonish looking stuff. For some reason, I like his work too. He,
yeah.
I was collecting that whole run of Superman, Batman. That whole series had a lot of good artists working on it. Like Jim Lee did a
Oh
stint.
yeah,
Like we were saying, Turner did a stint. McGinnis did a stint. I mean, I still have upstairs like a whole box full of that series. I was trying to get all of them, but it became just overwhelming. So,
yeah,
you know, it, I mean, me and Gary used to go to the comic shop. I mean, we were like one of the first customers over to our local comic shop called Sailfish. I remember we went over there pretty much when he started up and started talking to the
yeah,
owner, Brett. I mean, we had they knew what issues we were coming to get. We had our own little pickup and everything. I mean, we used to go pretty often. We were real heavy into that stuff. So, I mean, comics have always been like this huge part of mine and your life, I guess. So I don't know. And mostly, I think the artwork, because me and you are both, I mean, to this day, both graphic designers,
yeah,
both into design and art. Like it's just part of you know being in that field is just comes from wanting to draw comic books all our lives and
yeah,
really admiring the artwork and stuff like that. In my opinion, I mean that's how I feel. What do you think?
yeah. I think so too. But it's funny. And I would probably like more of the old stuff if I could afford to. buy it. You know what I mean? But a lot of
Right.
them early Spider-Mans, like I, I haven't seen much of it because they're so out of reach, and
Yeah.
like the early Batmans and Supermans and stuff. But
Yeah.
but yeah, I just comic books have always been ever since I got into them. It's just there's always that new artist that you discover that you're like, oh, this
Yeah.
guy's awesome, and then you got to once you discover him, you got to have everything. Like you
Yeah.
remember when Alex Ross came into the picture? That guy,
Oh
oh
God.
my gosh,
I totally forgot
he
about Alex Ross, man.
oh he's awesome. I mean he gave it
Yeah.
that kind of 1930s 40s like real
Yeah.
looks realistic. I mean I don't know how he does it,
Oh yeah.
but yeah, it it just there's always I wish I would have loved to become a artist. I would have loved to done it. I wanted to. I even tried to do a comic book later after me and you did ours. I did one called
Yeah.
Hunter in the Dark, and I sent it.
Right.
I did the first issue, completely finished it, sent it off to all the big publishers, and didn't
Yeah.
hear nothing. So now I'm a graphic artist. Those who can't are graphic artists.
Those who can't become graphic artists.
Yeah.
Man, yeah.
Uh,
That's a whole nother episode right there, becoming a graphic
yeah.
artist, man.
Mhm. Yeah. Oh,
That's anyway. Well,
the
I
stuff
think
you have to deal with.
I think that's pretty good for this one. I think we hit a lot of stuff on there, but
Yeah.
uh, I'd say we're at about 30 minutes where we like to be.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
got one question for you though.
yeah,
You
sure.
said, you said you're a big Batman fan and all that. What is your favorite
Sure.
outfit? Is it the black or is it the blue and gray?
I
I've got a
I like
clear
the blue and
favorite.
gray.
Huh?
I like the blue and
Blue and
gray.
gray?
Yeah.
Yes.
That
Nothing beats the blue and gray. I love it. I just think that's Batman to me, the blue and gray.
yeah, that growing up I would say is his more classic outfit to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
And hey,
That's what he was in the
if any of
80s,
you
wasn't
out
it?
there, yeah, any of you out there that want to comment on that, which Batman costume do you like better, the black or the blue and gray? Yeah. And nobody ever comments, but hey,
Hey, one of
anybody
these
who wants
days
to, go ahead.
we're gonna keep grinding.
We're building up.
One of these days.
We're going to keep one day, one day. All right, guys. Well, that'll be it for this episode. Uh, be sure to like and subscribe down below if you have not already. And I'll be signing off. Thank you for watching.
Later.